Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. When Eric poaches RJ for Logan, does Ridge seem like a good fit? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Eric Forrester stole a designer from Forrester Creations for Logan, Katie Logan Spencer's new fashion brand. Eric is already on board, but the project needs more skill. Who should be given another opportunity at Logan? Fans of B&B, let's find out. Deke Sharp was asked to join Logan by Forrester Creations' losing talent Katie, but he hasn't done so yet. Will Eric agree with Katie that Deke is a bright future? Now that RJ Forrester is back in Los Angeles, that might be a moot matter. Will Katie employ RJ or Deke? But Logan needs several designers, so Deke and RJ might end up collaborating with OG Eric. Ridge Forrester, Eric's ingrate son, attempted to retire him twice not so long ago, which infuriated Eric. When Eric's hands failed him the first time, he asked RJ to sketch his concepts. Now that he is cancer-free, Eric wants to prove his dominance over Ridge. What better way to do this than by stealing Ridge's son? Is RJ going to jump ship? Do you believe RJ will repeat the past when he sided with Eric? We can inform you that B&B spoilers suggest that Eric may ask RJ about his future goals, while also proposing to defect from FC. After his forced retirement party, Eric is unwilling to consider RJ's desire for 3 generations of Forresters to collaborate. We anticipate that Eric will contact Katie about hiring RJ because of his feelings over FC and Ridge. Will Eric encourage RJ to quit FC? Eric would be foolish not to think about going back in time because he and RJ were a fantastic team in the past. RJ might feel uneasy about Eric's wish though, since Brooke Logan Forrester and his father Ridge want him to return to FC. If Eric asked RJ to work covertly, things would get even more complicated. What do you think, B&B fans? Will RJ go straight to Logan to collaborate with Eric? Spoilers for Spicy The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that RJ may soon find himself in a difficult situation. Which team do you support, Team FC or Team Logan? Dylan's golden opportunity, Katie's questions, and Steffi's switch. While Katie Logan Spencer has additional inquiries, Steffi Forrester will switch. Dylan also gets an unexpected, albeit short-term, career opportunity. Dylan will attempt to persuade Elektra Forrester in the Forrester design office that there is nothing to worry about. Dylan will stress that Elektra can rely on her to avoid Will Spencer now that the chicken dinner crisis has been resolved, particularly when Elektra is abroad on business. According to B&B spoilers, Katie will next continue her conversation with Will at the beach home. Katie might feel that Will has become closer to her, because there will be more inquiries regarding Dylan. Although Will has already stated that he wished to assist Elektra's buddy, Katie might believe that Dylan is also growing close to him. Given how much Elektra matters to Will, Katie may advise him to set limits and ensure Elektra is at ease with everything. Nevertheless, Katie will always be proud of Will for taking the initiative to assist someone in need. Given that she could use the money, Katie could even want to help find Dylan a place at Logan. Dylan will find another temporary job opportunity in the interim. Steffi may find herself in a babysitting situation because she may abruptly switch and take Ivy Forrester's place on the trip to San Francisco. Hayes Finnegan feels at ease with Dylan, and she could use any money Steffi would give her to keep an eye on him until John Finnegan can take over. In any case, Monday's episode may set the situation for Dylan and Will to wind up watching Hayes on Tuesday's show. Ivy might pledge to watch Dylan while Elektra and Steffi are in San Francisco. Later in the week of January 26th to 30th, Ivy will snoop at the beach house, so stay tuned for updates on shocking revelations. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, the younger characters will face some significant romantic surprises. Blast from the past, reality star return. The Bold and the Beautiful comings and goings January 26th to 30th. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that there will be more fashion industry shocks during the week of January 26th to 30th. There's also some casting news to discuss. So, for the next 5 days, who will be appearing on the CBS serial opera? Dottie, welcome back. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, veteran soap opera star Morgan Fairchild will play Dottie again this week. Dottie is a Beverly Hills socialite and Stephanie Forrester's old acquaintance. Fans of Bold may remember that the actress debuted on the show in 2009. On Monday, January 26th, She will appear in scenes with Elektra and Steffi Forrester. Jim J. Bullock will also make a comeback as Joseph, Dottie's helper. On Tuesday, January 27th, Bullock will appear in scenes alongside Fairchild, Wood, and Grace. Speaking of Elektra, Ashley Brewer's appearance on the canvas this week will give her Aunt Ivy Forrester more screen time. Reality hit in the coming days, reality TV sensation Spencer Pratt will make a comeback to the CBS serial opera as the reporter Rich. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful may also anticipate seeing singer, model, and actress Ariel D. King portraying Harmony on the canvas. As the three women discuss the Forrester jewelry line, she will also appear in scenes with Grace and Wood. Other casting news. Savannah Lee James and Jade Coatsworth will play interns Jamie and Kingsley on the B&B from January 26th to 30th. Brian David Garlick's character, Tiny Hayes Finnegan, has also returned. How will the drama surrounding the fashion industry involve Steffi and John Finnegan's son? To discover out, fans will need to tune in. During the week of January 26th to 30th, whose plot are you most anticipating? Comment below. Post your opinions in the space provided for comments. Dylan's error, Deacon's romance, and Ivy's discovery. Some surprises are revealed in The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of January 26th. Ivy Forrester notices something startling for starters. Dylan and Will Spencer are about to go too far. Deacon Sharp also gives Taylor Hayes a kiss. The surprise of Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Let's start this essay with Steffi Forrester Finnegan. As fans watched, Elektra Forrester informed Dylan that she and Ivy would be traveling for business. Elektra wanted Dylan to be confined to her room and kept away from Will during the whole period. There will be a slight twist, though. Elektra finds out at the last minute that Ivy will not be traveling. Steffi will go with Elektra instead. Dylan mistakes once more Ivy won't be confined to the office while Elektra and Steffi are in San Francisco. The woman eventually makes a visit to the beach house. Ivy is startled when she peers out the window. The woman witnesses Will and Dylan sharing an extremely intimate moment. Dylan's face is in close proximity to Will's as they sit on the couch. Startled, Ivy swiftly averts her gaze. But will she share what she's seen with Elektra? Ivy is aware that Elektra must know. But she also doesn't want to interfere with her work trip. Ivy is aware that Elektra will be fixated until she returns. Ivy may remain silent about this for the time being, but not indefinitely. Deacon Sharp's bold move according to spoilers for the week of January 26th on The Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon feels conflicted. Sheila Carter Sharp and the man are back together, but Taylor is still on his mind. Deacon takes a risk after receiving support from Hope Logan Spencer. Taylor's face will be cupped in the man's hands. Deacon unexpectedly plants a kiss on her as she looks at him like a deer in the headlight. Taylor was also asked out on a date by Deacon. I have to wonder what justification Deacon will offer if he needs to go have a private supper with Taylor. Everyone will probably work to prevent Sheila from learning the truth. But in soap operas, secrets were never permanently hidden. Will Sheila truly go after Taylor once she finds out? Or has Sheila changed to the point where she reacts in an entirely unexpected way? Why Taylor going missing makes perfect narrative since Taylor's disappearance is practically inevitable from the perspective of soap opera creation. The cleanest escalation is this one. It produces a mystery, an antagonistic storyline, a plot of rescue, a campaign by Steffi, a spiral of Deacon guilt, a relapse of Sheila, a crisis for the entire family, and above all, Sheila is once again cast in her iconic role as the one that everyone fears but who cannot be proven guilty. The text message cover-up theory is terrifyingly plausible. One of the most terrifying theories circulating among spoiler circles is that Sheila abducts Taylor without telling anyone. Rather, she steals Taylor's phone, sends regular serene texts. Taylor needs space, says she went away to think, and assures her family that she is safe, establishes a virtual alibi, and only Steffi is able to see right through it. Steffi is the only one who senses it. The emotional tone is incorrect, but only Steffi is aware of it. Because Steffi is aware of more than simply Sheila's past. She is aware of her strategies. She is aware that Sheila no longer blows up right away. She is aware of Sheila's ability to conceal herself. And for that reason, this Sheila is more dangerous than before. What's the scariest thing about this evolved Sheila instead of the old one? Sheila is no longer impetuous. She is a strategic person. She has patience. She is in control. Now she's the first to smile. She holds out. She watches. She gathers data. She permits self-exposure. She then makes a move. This implies that it won't be a mess if Taylor vanishes. It's going to be surgical. Not a single witness. No conflict. Not a dramatic scenario. Just not there. And that is much more frightening. When Taylor disappears, Steffi will go into full detective mode. Not into a daughter in mourning. Transformed into a hunter. She will go over each discussion again. Go over each text again. Rebuild each timeline. Question Deacon. Finn put pressure on him. Observe Sheila's actions. Examine your emotional tendencies. Prioritize intuition above reason. Because Steffi is the only one who knows that Sheila doesn't act irrationally. She takes deliberate revenge. Additionally, Taylor perfectly matches the psychological profile of someone Sheila would need to remove in order to bring her environment back into balance. Deacon believes the threat is fictitious, but he will discover too late that he lit the fuse. Despite his repeated statements that Sheila would go crazy, Sheila might snap, and Sheila could do something, he continues to interact with her. Nevertheless, he continues to fantasize. Nevertheless, he continues to foster the emotional connection. And when Taylor vanishes, Deacon will finally realize that there was no danger at that point. This served as a catalyst. He will also have to deal with the fact that he deceived his wife emotionally. He went too far with his therapist. He promoted emotions. He didn't turn it off. He was aware of Sheila's past. Still, he did it. Deacon will never be able to heal emotionally if Taylor is harmed, because he will be aware that it was made possible by his indecision. Why old-school Sheila fans are ready, let's face it. Nobody genuinely thinks Sheila has changed. Not the viewers. Not Steffi. Not Finn. Not Deacon. Not even Sheila. She has been restrained. Not healed. And Gun Sheila is precisely the kind of emotional humiliation that has historically been brought out by the take on treachery. Take Sheila hostage. Sheila poison her. Sheila manipulation. Sheila exact revenge. The Sheila who doesn't cry. She does calculations. The aspect that no one wants to speak out is that if Taylor disappears, the audience won't view her as an innocent victim. Taylor's disappearance would be her own moral reckoning. She will be perceived by them as having violated professional ethics, entered a tumultuous marriage, disregarded Sheila's past for decades, believed she was above the consequences and could handle it. This won't seem like a chance disaster. Fallout will seem inevitable. Not because Taylor is deserving of injury, but because she set the stage for peril. The worst part is that Sheila would feel justified, which is the real horror. Sheila believes that she won't consider herself to be wicked if she abducts Taylor. She will perceive herself as preserving her union, taking out a manipulator, preventing a betrayal, regaining equilibrium, taking back her life. She will sincerely think that she has been wronged. Because of this, she is far more deadly than a villain who is aware of her wrongdoing. Final prediction. This ends in a rescue but not a reset if the plot goes as planned. Taylor and Deacon are likely to cross the line. Sheila learns of it. Sheila remains too composed. Taylor disappears. Fake texts are sent by Sheila. Steffi feels that something is off. Deacon falls into guilt. Finn gets pushed into the center. Steffi discovers the reality. Taylor is saved. Sheila is vulnerable. However, Taylor's reputation is ruined. Deacon is no longer married. Sheila will never again wear a mask. And nothing returns to how it was. Because the illusion that this was merely a love triangle will vanish as soon as Taylor vanishes, even for a short while. This will be remembered as the point at which Taylor ceased to be a therapist and became a victim of her own decisions. Sheila, too? She won't simply relapse. She will remind everyone that she is the most feared woman in Los Angeles because she understands when to strike, not because she is insane. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will Hope Logan's career ultimately ruin her marriage to Liam? And is her time at Forrester Creations officially coming to an end? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful are subtly but clearly pointing to a major change in Hope Logan's career. And this time it might not be another brief setback, makeover, or cancellation. Feels permanent this time. It has a structural feel. An era seems to be coming to an end. For the first time in a very long time, Hope Logan finds herself squarely in the middle of a corporate conflict that may drive her to make the one decision she has always attempted to avoid: her marriage or her profession. And if past events are any guide, Hope will lose something that she will never be able to fully recover, regardless of what she chooses. One of the most erratic fashion lines in soap opera history is Hope for the Future, the line that refuses to die. It was introduced with great fanfare, cancelled, revived, rebranded, saved, given to several designers, sabotaged by conflicts inside the family, utilized as a weapon in business conflicts, and frequently regarded as disposable. Nevertheless, in defiance of all reason, it continues to recur. A redemption arc is what Forrester Creations always requires: an ethical brand, a plot that focuses on young people, or a justification for Hope's continued relevance. HFTF is revived. And now once more, Hope is standing in her office with a hopeful smile, certain that this resurrection would be unique. Longtime watchers, however, are aware of this. There is no hope for the future to be successful. It is there to endure. The fashion war changes everything this time. Forrester's internal conflicts are not the threat. It's not Ridge. It's not Steffi. It's not Thomas. It's not Eric. Logan is here. The new business of Katie Spencer. The treachery of Eric Forrester. The alliance between Spencer and Logan. Los Angeles is on the verge of a corporate Cold War. This goes beyond simple rivalry. It's family against family here. Blood against blood. Loyalty versus marriage. Love versus business. The only character who is in the direct line of fire is Hope Logan, because she was born a Logan, a chosen employee of Forrester, a married Spencer wife. And now she is working alongside her own husband's parents' adversary. She is no longer in a neutral position. Lope has always been built on a lie. Hope and Liam have never really supported each other's aspirations equally, which is an uncomfortable fact. Liam's career has always been taken seriously by Hope, honored his family, met his emotional requirements, made a professional concession for the partnership. In contrast, Liam has never made a sincere investment in HFTF, regarded Hope's career as a choice, put emotional security ahead of career advancement, subtly conveyed that us takes precedence above her work, and this disparity has existed from the start. Hope established a brand. Liam created a union. These two priorities are now at last coming into direct conflict. Liam working for Logan is the real time bomb. Everything changed when Liam decided to assist his parents in creating Logan. Not only in a professional capacity, psychologically, because Liam is now more than simply married to a Forrester employee. He is currently employed by the business that is going to launch an assault on her employer, the company that seeks to gain market share, the company that would directly jeopardize her achievement. This implies that Liam loses out on every professional victory for Hope, and every accomplishment Liam has turns into a danger to Hope. They are not on the same team anymore. Sleeping in the same bed are corporate rivals. The Eric Forrester betrayal will make Hope's position unattainable. When the whole truth about Eric and Katie working together at Logan is revealed, chaos will ensue. Because it goes beyond simple corporate rivalry. That is, Eric turning against Ridge. Eric is undermining Steffi. Eric is supporting the Logans. Within his own dynasty, Eric started a civil war. And Forrester Creations will cease being polite after that. This makes everyone connected to Logan liable. Hope Logan is among them. The daughter of Logan. The niece Logan. A member of the Logan family is married to a Logan employee. The woman was physiologically and emotionally connected to the enemy. Hope won't only be employed at Forrester at that moment. She will be questioned. Why Hope is the ideal corporate casualty from a narrative perspective. Hope is Forrester's most disposable high-profile character. Not due to her weakness. However, she stands for something the Forresters have never quite trusted. A powerful Logan. Hope is tolerated by Steffi. Hope is overseen by Ridge. Eric is in favor of Hope. Thomas creates designs for Hope. However, none of them would ever put Hope ahead of their own kin. And in the event of a war, Hope is not a top concern. She serves as collateral. The logical solution. Liam offers Hope a line at Logan on paper. The solution appears straightforward. Liam offers Hope Logan's fashion line. A higher wage. freedom of creativity, family assistance, as well as separation from Forrester politics. She would collaborate with her aunt, be helped by her spouse, steer clear of corporate sabotage, and at last get out of the shadow of Forrester. It makes excellent sense from a commercial standpoint. From a marital standpoint, it appears to be cooperation. From the standpoint of soap opera, it's a catastrophe. The true barrier is Thomas Forrester's refusal to let HFTF go. Not Steffi, not Rich, not Eric, not even Liam. Thomas. For him, hope for the future is more than just a brand. It's his sense of self, his redemption throughout his career, his artistic heritage, his fixation. His romantic anchor was still unresolved. For Hope to get away with it, Thomas did not rebuild his career. He didn't give up his reputation so she could give Logan HFTF. He didn't plan to become relevant again so she could grab the brand and abandon him. Should Hope attempt to relocate HFTF? Thomas is going to battle her. Legally. On an emotional level. In a corporate setting. For myself. And it won't be a clean fight. The larger problem is that Hope doesn't know who she is without Forrester Creations. Therefore her true dilemma isn't business but rather identity. There she constructed HFTF. There she grew up. There she was unsuccessful. There she was successful. There she engaged in combat. There she was in love. There she lost. That construction represents the foundation of her mature identity. It takes more than a job change to leave Forrester. Her origin story is being erased. Thus, Hope is not only jeopardizing her marriage if she leaves. She is jeopardizing her identity.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.